When you ask the question, is there life after death? It is a clear reflection of your ignorance of who you are. It is not life after death. Death is the beginning of life. What you perceive to be life is a shadow of what life truly is. The physical reality, your human interpretations of what life is, this breath, is only a fragment of what life really is. And I tell you, death is only but the beginning of the true life. A life that is limitless, with immense possibilities and potentials. A life that knows no end, neither has it a beginning. You see, because of the lack of knowledge and understanding of the inner workings of the divine and nature, humans resort to feeble knowledge of science, of philosophy, of logic, of religion, to interpret that which cannot be conceptualized within the frame of what logic, philosophy, science, religion can interpret. For example, when you bring a seed of grain and open the ground and bury it, just like the way you take a man whose breath have ceased and bury on the ground. The seed of the grain you sow on the ground stays for a while, for 3 days, and resurrects and comes out new in another form and direction from that which it was originally sown. It was sown as a seed, but is now coming up as flowers. It gradually grows, and in 100 folds, thousands of folds, regenerates the original form it was sown on the ground. So will you say that the 3 days you were not able to see a sign of the regeneration of the seed, that it was dead? By human illustration of what death is, the seed of the grain you sowed died. But that which you call death was only a transition from a limited possibility and life to an infinite possibility. So as a human being, death is not the end, but rather death is the beginning. There is no life after death. Death is the beginning of life. A life where there is no pain, where there is no suffering. A life where there is no limitation. An infinite reality. You should not just ask the question if there is life after death. You should instead welcome this very questioning within you and look inwardly within and find therein in you a door of possibility. If you have ever in your life experienced being attuned to your higher self, not this yourself that is degenerated, but if there is ever a time you have experienced, maybe you abstained from defilement. When I use the word defilement, I mean any activity or life or action that drains your life, that degrades you, that draws you lower into the lowest form of existence, where you only crave for pleasure, where you only crave for stimulation. Any act that draws you to that level have succeeded to woo you into the lowest forms of life experience. If there is any time you have ever lived above stimulations and pleasures that does not last, and experience within you a regeneration of life that is deeper and higher than stimulations, that is deeper and higher than urges, a life that does not crave, but rather a life that transforms, that ascends, a life that is higher than this, you will realize that something within you is happening that is not limited within this reality, within your body. Religious people always use the word the spirit of a man, the soul of a man, the spirit of a man, that which your eyes cannot see or comprehend. There is you that you cannot physically see or comprehend. Man, in literal example, is 3 in 1. You have your physical body that exists in this physical realm and reality, and you have your soul that does not exist in this physical reality, but is a transcendent door from the spirit world to the physical world. And you have your higher self, which is dwelling in this body, using this body as a garment. So you've got your body, your soul, and your higher being. Anytime you leave the stage of your physical life and experience and transcend to the soul experience and life, you begin to realize life away from this physical reality. And when you transcend from the soul life realities and existence into the higher being and self, you will realize a completeness within you, a life that does not chase, a life that does not crave, but rather a life that creates. That is the true life, not the life lived in this physical reality and body. So death is not the end of life. Death is the beginning of life. And there is no life after death. Death is the beginning of life, the very doorway to eternal transition. Find within you to discover these immense possibilities, and you will find the answers, not as a suggestion,